Peace and blessings, and welcome back to the Heritage Hip Hop Podcast, where we introduce you to your future favorite artists today. But today I got something special. See, there's a lie that's told to us called the law of supply and demand. How do you know you can supply it if you don't know there's a demand? But if there's a demand, how do you know you have a good supply? Well, today we're supplying you not only quality hip hop, but we're giving you two distinctive minds that come together on morality, legacy, and nation building through a culture. Introduce yourselves as the guest, please.
My name is Street the Villan, aka Bob Lee Swagger.
Hey, I'm CJ Watson, aka the Roll Star, man, representing that Dallas, Texas. 243, what's up?
And that's what I want to talk to y'all about today, because hip hop seems to always be categorized as somebody against somebody. Yet we got two MCs from two different lands who came together to not only make a project, but did not lose their artist integrity as solo artists as well. So salute to both of y'all.
Salute. Appreciate you tapping in, bro.
Yes, appreciate you for having us, man. Appreciate that for real.
It's a pleasure. Sure. But as you notice, Heritage Hip Hop, if you have noticed, we're not the typical hip hop podcast. I'm gonna ask you some questions that are on my mind that came from your music, not just about you doing music. So let's start from the beginning. Street the Villan and CJ Watson, I first heard on Fast Life. But y'all have a distinctive catalog outside of each other. So let's talk about y'all together, then break it apart and then come back. How did Fast Life come to fruition?
Did we do your track first?
We did my track first. We did we did my track first. Then we did Fast Life.
Okay. Yeah. We actually did a track for CJ, and then Fast Life came about.
Okay.
It's a track. I released the Chris album back in February of this year. I think we did that track in March. The track's called Maintain.
Okay.
And I haven't released it yet. I just finished my LP. Mm-hmm. And so it was like, well, I told Street, and then he was like, all right, we did that one. Then he was like, I got this one. Boom. Next thing I know, Fast Life is out. That thing is shooting up. It was hot. I was like, oh damn.
Yes, sir.
So the Chris
shout out to MJ, man.
Yeah, shout out to MJ, man.
Salute to MJ. So your album came out first, Chris.
The Chris album?
Yeah, that came out before that song dropped, or that song?
It did.
Was
promo? It did.
Okay.
It did.
Okay. Because I mean, everybody hates Chris is my joint. Salute you for that.
I know.
Yeah. You know I mean? Mine is blessed. Mine is blessed, man.
Yeah. I like both of them. Both of them fit me real well.
And of course, the joint with the gods.
Oh yes.
See, what hip hop is for me is like the internet made the world smaller, but it also made the world bigger at the same time.
True.
And when I get MCs of caliber that come together that make music, then it's like we're finally getting to see what peace, love, unity, and having fun was really about.
No doubt.
How has working together and making EP, LP, whatever, how I mean, doing a project together, how has that made y'all enhance each other as well as the culture?
We just try to, stay together, even after the project is done, you know what I'm saying? We still communicate every day, we still promote the project every day. We just try to keep in close connection with each other and try not to lose that connection after we have it. Cause we might have a little surprise for the people in the coming days,
Oh, really?
Street being modest, and I think what you was getting at, man, is like with working on this. I know he ain't gonna tell you this, but I'll tell you this. When we got to the end of this project, like it was, I think the last 3 songs we did was Sunshine. It was a Sunshine. I think the Pleasure. And it was another one. Anyway, so I'm doing some mixing. He sent me one verse in the morning. I'm like, all right, bro, I got you. I write my verse in the back to him, whatever. He sent me something else. This is all on the same day. we knocking out the last 3 tracks is probably done in like a day and a half because of this man. He brought the best out in me. I couldn't lack on any of it.
That's dope. What era of hip hop are you, Street?
Every era.
Okay, so let's
every one of them. I was born in 1980. So, I started listening to hip hop very early. You know what I'm saying? I'm 41 right now. So, actually, I kind of got a little bit of the younger people's vibe from my boy CJ, which gave me the push to really get through this.
And CJ, what era of hip hop are you from?
Oh man, the 90s, man, 90s, 2000s. I mean, you can tell, but I was born in 89. Street said he's 41. I'm 31, about to be 32. So, which is kind of cool. We got that age difference, and we kind of got a different perspective on things. But it's real cool in that, in that regard. You talked about, we coming from a different place and stuff like that. But just talking to this man, and we have a lot of the same life experiences. And he has more wisdom, more experience, because he's older than me. But it's also we're going through the same thing. We've been through the same things, so that helped a lot.
The reason why I asked that question because I could detect it in y'all styles. See, Street, you remind me of that time when we used to say we don't throw gang signs in New York. We just be on and that flow. You got that gritty flow that is smooth, articulate, yet forceful at the same time.
That probably comes from my influences, man. I listen to a lot of like that caliber MC, like Tupac. He was very prolific. Biggie, he spoke, just his truth, and like Method Man, even, that's where the smooth delivery comes in from. That's like, that those and 50 Cent, of course, that 50 was my dude.
And CJ, what I got from you was a mirage of things, because when I listen to you, I get a little bit of Zero, a little bit of SIBO, I get a little bit of that UGK, but I also get a little North Carolina from you as well, because your punch is socially articulate as well, not just street giving. Like your song People's Party, I love that song. You know what I'm saying? So as you see,
shout out to my boy Charm for that one.
So like I said, I like to dig through people's discography to get a feel of who they are, because if I can't listen to your music, I can't interview you.
No doubt. It's got to be organic, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
So from the era, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, CJ. Go ahead.
No, man. I was just gonna say that, like, I think with me, I'm a hip hop head. I love hip hop. No matter if it's East Coast, West Coast, Third Coast, Midwest, whatever. I love hip hop. And so I try to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mix it in with a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying, and trying to refine it and make it my own. It's funny you said North Carolina, because one of my favorite hip hop groups ever is Lil Brother.
Shout out to Lil Brother.
Pooh and Tay. And so, and in Knife too, Knife Wonder and all that stuff like that. And so that's why I really, really like a lot. But man, I try to take a little bit from everybody and kind of put it into my own. Like any good basketball player, you take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, try to refine it into your game and make it your thing. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
Yeah. So. And plus, I gotta be cautious too, man. I got a thick tongue, so I gotta be real cautious how I say some things, man. So
I was gonna say in that aspect, you remind me of Ice Cube, man.
Right. Yeah. And so I can't always say certain words. Like I might write something down one way, and it might be good while I'm writing and practicing. And I get to the mic, and I put that punch into it. You be like, man, I can't say this like that. I can't say that line like that. I gotta take out a couple of S's. I gotta take out stuff like that.
Yeah. So it's straight
out. So it's clear. You can hear it.
But see, that's the thing that I think your pronunciation is what I think what made y'all worked so well
Yes, sir.
because it was different. So like
Yeah.
let's go to one of my favorite songs, The Shining, right?
Okay.
So like when I hear the beat, you know, if you are old school New York head or East Coaster, you're gonna think the Jizza album. First think of that hook, that you know that loop was like, oh, okay, we got little. But then when them drums dropping, he was like, ooh,
Yeah, yeah,
interpretation. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that's what I like to call gumbo hip hop, because when y'all come from different lands, you're bringing something to the pot that's bringing another flavor. Somebody might have a sausage, somebody may have a crawfish, somebody may have a corn. You know what I'm saying? What does Texas bring out of street, and what does New York bring out of CJ?
Well, I'll tell you, what Texas brought out of me was a different, almost a different delivery, because I was trying to be consistent in my delivery on this one. Usually my style is like no style, it's just sporadic. I might do a trap joint, I might do an old school boom bap joint. That's just street, you know what I'm saying? So people know me for being different like that, but I wanted to make sure that being with CJ and him being able to be so prolific, and you know his pronunciation was so good, I wanted to make sure that I matched that as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. This is once again Street being very, very humble in his in what he's talking about. Listen, I'm gonna break it down for you. When we started on this project, right? I think I sent you like email like what 6 or 7, maybe 8 beats in it.
Yeah.
Street said, look, these are the 4 beats I like. These are the 4 beats that he didn't say he don't like. He just said these are the 4 beats he liked. Now, The Shining was not a beat that I had. It was a beat from Kizza, Kizza G. Shout out to Kizza G.
Shout out to Kevin.
Like out in Serbia. So when that song specifically came about, when he sent it to me, I was like, bro, this is wild. And then like it took me a second to get it because that New York was in it. You know what I'm saying? And I listened to it a few times, and the line that always stuck out to me was dynamite like Napoleon. We was like it just we was born to win. He just hit it. I was like, yeah, this is that one. This is that one right there. So that was his idea. That was his idea. He being humble about it, but that was Street's idea for that track, man. And he did his thing on that one.
See, delivery is always going to be one of the main aspects of hip hop. And I want to ask you how hip hop is delivered today, because it seems like the younger generation is always put underfoot when it comes to comparison to the older times. Yesterday's hip hop was better lyrically. Today's hip hop is better musically. How do you mesh those both so you give a complete delivery in your sound?
You want to go, CJ?
Yeah, I'll take this. I mean, I think it's appreciation of both. You have to balance and appreciate that, because if you look at you go back to like the late 70s, early 80s, the Curtis Blows and guys like that, they might not appreciate what Rakim did and what Big Daddy Kane did and stuff like that, and Ice-T and all those guys. And you look at what those guys did, they might not appreciate what Biggie did and what Pac did and stuff like that. And then they might not appreciate what Eminem did and Ludacris, and T.I. and all, 50 and all those guys like that. So it's just I guess it's progressing in a way. I would never talk down on a younger generation of dudes spitting their truth, talking what they talking. Mm-hmm. If it's the drug talk, I hate it. But it's but if that's they know it's what they where their mindset's at, that's what they're gonna talk about. It's become more producer based, than it has been, more lyrical and rapper based. But I have no problem with the young dudes are saying. I really don't. They speaking their truth. I mean, that's how I feel about it. Street.
Oh man, I really feel like it's a respect thing, man. I respect what the young dudes is doing. When I first got real serious with my rhymes, like there was a lot of gangster energy in it. You know what I'm saying? And that was just coming from my background. So I can understand, where they coming from. So, I I can relate to them a little more than, you know, maybe the average OG can, because I was once a young dude and people told me I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But then come to find out I did it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have to get in your face and say I did it. You know what I'm saying? It's all about being respectful. Now, if you call it a little man, you know, if you call it a young man, little man, you know what I'm saying, they gonna feel some type of way about that. Now, if you approach them like, yo, what's up, little bro? You know what I'm saying? They gonna be more apt to respect you, you know? And I've come to find that out with just dealing with the younger generation. Like I have a song called On My Soul with like that features like 4 or 5 of the young dudes that I know and that I, you know, have come up listening to my music, but they do their own thing, even though they came up listening to my music. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the time, man. And it doesn't mean that us OGs can't still do what we do, because there's a lane for that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lane for anything. With the internet, there's a lane for anything. You know what I mean? So us as OGs, we just got to keep paving our way and doing what we do and stay true to what we do. If it feel good, I do it. If it don't, I don't mess with it. It's just that simple. You know what I mean?
I feel and appreciate all that, because one part of what hip hop represents is that respect is a term that goes deeper than how you interact with your fellow man. Respect to the culture also refers to how you honor the past with what you do today.
No doubt.
That's why Dedicated to Excellence's title already hit me like, because I really want to know what excellence is. How do you define excellence, and how do we keep it excellent as the world seems to break everything down in a way where they want to make everything a title or a designation instead of loving something for an experience?
You know how anybody can dedicate themselves to excellence, you know, is, you know, stay true to you and what you do. You know what I'm saying? Stay on whatever path you on. Just because somebody else is doing it doesn't necessarily mean that it's right for you. You know what I'm saying? Just be you, maintain you, because people love you for you. You don't have to be me because my people love me for being me. You got to be the best you can be. You know what I'm saying? And I try to follow that mantra. And coming up with the Dedicated to Excellence was kind of, pardon me, but coming up with Dedication to Excellence was it was just to celebrate this artwork that I felt like we had. You know what I'm saying? Just because it was New York and Texas, like that's not really your average link up. So, you know, we had to dedicate this to excellence, and it just sounded, you know, it sounds good.
Right, especially with that 2 in there, it sounds real good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I really can't add on to what you said. I'm gonna ditto what you said, man. I think you hit it right on the head. I think you hit it right on the head, guy.
Okay, well then, let me put it to you this way. CJ, you got some of my heroes on your wall behind you.
I do, man. Okay, who's some of your heroes, man?
Well, I can't see everything, but look like you got Asada Shakur back there. It look like you got Malcolm X back there.
I do.
That's Stokely Carmichael? Kwame Tora? Okay, so I'm not gonna shout out everybody. Salute to all our people who fought in the struggle and get their lives. Because there's some that's known and some that's unknown, and some that we even forget. You know, shout out to Dick Gregory and salute to the movie they got about him right now.
He's in between.
Okay,
he's in between Michelle Obama and Maxine Waters. He's up there. You can't see him, but he's up. He's on. It's like 80 people up there on that wall, bro.
and that's something that hip hop has always legacied itself as being a voice for people who are not heard as much. Hip hop has fought through Reaganomics, the crack era, given and taken, unfortunately, the Bush era, the Clinton era. We had banging in Little Rock, gangs. We have so much to now where we have the legacy of the Karen, which is the rehashing of the Emmett Till trial, and we have the abuse of ageism, which is a biblical
Word,
disease that separated the kingdom of
word.
Israel. Being that hip hop fights so much, how does hip hop keep its integrity, and how does the MC keep the music integral in the growing of the culture and the people
You
that
know
listen
what?
to it?
That's the beauty of hip hop, though, right? That's the beauty of hip hop is that it it gave white America the opportunity to see what it's like to be a minority. We talk about NWA, Public Enemy, Ice-T. We talk about all these things. That's the beauty of hip hop. And hip hop didn't become such a because I believe it was during Bush Senior, H.W. Bush, when he was in office, and the things that they tried to do to get rid of hip hop. It's truth telling, it's storytelling. That's why me and Street can work because even though he's in New York and I'm in Texas, our stories are still the same, regardless of what the
No doubt.
situation is.
No doubt.
We are still black men in America. Uh, I don't fully know all of Street's life story and his history and stuff like that. He doesn't know mine. But I can look at all three of us right here talking that no matter where we at, we have the same experience getting pulled over by the police. We got this, we got the same experience of knowing what it's like living in the hood, living in the ghetto, doing stuff like that. And so that's one thing that hip hop can do. Hip hop sheds a light on what goes on and it tells our story. That's why a lot of times we love some of these people and we idolize some of these people so much is because they're a voice, like when we can't say the voice, when we can't say certain things, they speak for us to the masses. They have the ability to speak to the masses. That's why I feel like one of the big reasons that like the Beastie Boys and Eminem were so big, because these are these white boys that loved hip hop, but they couldn't speak it out as being white boys. They couldn't say how they wanted to say it, but they had somebody that looks like them, that knows like them, and they were able to get that out. It's the same reason why, when Fuck the Police came out, it was such a big thing. It was such a big thing because that's how a lot of us black people felt in 88 and 89. So so that's my take on it.
Hey, what can you say after
I,
that?
yeah, I was gonna say, you talk that talk, Roadstar. Hey man,
Hey man, and hey man, like I love this game, bro. I love this sport. I love hip hop so much, bro. I can talk about hip hop for days straight on end, man. I love it.
man. I probably drive my wife crazy, man, because I talk about hip hop day in, day out, because I'm in the studio, like the studio's in my room. So you know what I'm saying? I'm always in it, and I'm always trying to do something to, stay on my toes, keep the pen sharp,
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about how I built this pro platform, because I don't believe hip hop is music at all. I don't think hip hop music, I think the music that comes out of hip hop does not define hip hop. I believe hip hop was around when God said, "Let there be light," because I believe hip hop is the expression that we have of God through our culture, through our arts, entertainment, and refinement of culture. You see what I'm saying? When I think about it, like I ask people, like, what is jazz music? Jazz, if you look at the definition of jazz meant sex. It meant how you move your hips. It had nothing to do with music. And I have not heard people say R&B or jazz music saved my life. I heard the music can save their life. And hip hop is the only culture that is music, clothes, art. Now hip hop is anime, manga, cartoons, business. It goes all over the world.
No doubt.
But it's bigger even than mainstream, because check this out. If you couldn't sing, you couldn't be R&B, but you can not rap and still be hip hop. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, you don't have to know how to write or read.
So wait, let's break that down real quick. Street,
it's a universal language.
Hey, I'll give you this perfect example. Allen Iverson was considered hip hop. I ain't heard him say one bar.
Roy Jones Jr. is in the 110 MCs for K Slade.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
crazy. That was crazy, bro. The crazy thing is I actually watched 40 minutes of MCs on one beat.
And it was hot.
It was crazy.
And it was hot.
It was crazy. It was, bro, I had to give it up. I didn't really care too much for that 50 MCs one, but even though it had the guys in it, but I loved the 110 joint. It was crazy.
Really? I gotta check that out. I ain't seen that.
Salute, bro. You gotta see that, man.
Yeah,
you gotta see that.
Slay 110 deep. Yeah.
Yo,
but see, let's take it to the next level, because like I said, because I want to form this in a question that I think people need to hear from you too, in particular. See, hip hop for me in this interview, for those of you who see it, thank you. Subscribe to Heritage Hip Hop on YouTube, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also listening to this on Spotify or iTunes or Anchor.fm, like, comment, and share, please. But if I look at this interview on Street, the Villain is hip hop because of not only how he wears his hat, but the gold chains he got around his neck. And then if I look at CJ for being hip hop, he has the legacy of hip hop's beginnings or integral foundation of hip hop on his wall. And then let's go back to a hip hop song. Now let's get back to this mic on my arm. If it ever left my side to transform into a time bomb.
You already know. That one was controversial. That was,
you see what I'm saying? But you carry that legacy because look, the tattoo was the marking of, people would say, slavery, but it also was the marking of tribal warriors to know who to fuck with and who not to touch.
No doubt.
And the gold chain was not a status thing. The gold chain was the election of tribalness.
Right.
So when we represent hip hop, no matter how they want,
right.
No matter how they want to perceive us as thugs or degenerates or people who take away from the culture, one man, if you look at the tribal side of our people, whether it's Native American or African, that was the mark of manhood, and another one that was the mark of excellence, Mansa Musa, and changing the dynasty of land through wealth. How does your hip hop enrich the culture so that more people will want to do hip hop and then praise you for keeping God alive in it?
Well, for starters, Street the Villain doesn't use profanity. Street the Villain doesn't use profanity, just so you know. Street the Villain, even though the bars is hard, it's also made so that my granddaughter can listen to it and enjoy it without having to say anything slanderish or, you know, I don't try to you know, be crazy, you know, what do you call it, chauvinistic in my bars, you know what I'm saying? I try to have music that's just universal and that everybody can listen to.
I guess with me, and yeah, Street is correct. This man does not cuss. The parental advisory sticker is on the album cover because of me. It ain't because of Street. But I mean,
that's cool though. We all express ourselves in our own way. That's what makes us great.
I didn't cuss that much. I didn't cuss that much. But if you want to be completely honest, man, I think that when it comes to the goal, I think that that's an important thing. You know, for our culture. I think that we've been, as a people, we have been demonized anyway. The black man has been demonized anyway. We briefly touched on it earlier, talking about the whole Karen situation. The black man has been demonized off top. So I know me personally, walking down the street or something like that, you know, you hear the door, you know, you hear the door lock or whatever, you know, the typical kind of stuff you think about, but it actually happens. But you know, if you want to, anything that we've done good, anything that we've done great, they want to take it from us and make it to a bad thing. Like I said before, we talked about hip hop. When hip hop started becoming a thing, they wanted to demonize it. And all we were doing was just telling our story. But the same way in the history books, they told their story that, they came up Plymouth Rock and stuff like that. They told their story as, the Pilgrims helped them. They had a good dinner, and that's how we got Thanksgiving. No, y'all killed, raped, and pillaged, and then, took over their land. You want to tell that part of the story, but you don't want to tell the other part of the story. So now, we want to come from glory, because we come from glory, and we want to tell that story. That they want to say, oh, if you wearing chains, well, that's worldly and that's bad and that's not what you should do. Stuff like that. Who says it? That's where we come from. That's our people. If you go to where gold is in the world, where is it at? Where's gold and diamonds at right now in the world? Where they look for it at?
Africa and Haiti.
Yes, sir.
And whose people is that?
Where that melanin.
So,
but you know what? Wait. I'm glad you said that because I want you to pick up on something that that you said. History is not written by the victors; it's written by the cowards who survived. I heard that before.
Right.
And one story I heard was Jack and the Beanstalk. And I'm gonna go back to what you said and go from there.
Okay.
There was a record of that story where Jack was a female and Jack killed the giants. And the giants were the peaceful ones who left the land to find their own peace. But because humanity went into their land, they brought corruption to a people who wanted to be separate. And when they confronted the giant said, you got to remember, when all the giants died, you only had the men who lived to tell the story. So that's why we're your enemies, because you're supposed to be so scared of us that somebody was brave enough to take us down, and then you set that person up. In hip hop, it seems like the greatest thing are the people who can hold it up.
The dog felt that too, Street. The dog felt that too.
In hip hop, it seems like the people who tell the stories are the people that are held up, but it also seems to be the people who tear it down at the same time. CJ, go ahead, continue.
No, I mean, bro, you 100% right. I have nothing else more to say, bro. I can talk all day, so you got to cut me off. I can talk all day, so you good.
Nah, I want to cut you off.
Good.
I want y'all both to speak because one thing. Let's talk about the remedy. Is it the remedy? What was the happy?
Yeah, let's get back to the music, man.
No, but see, this is what makes the music enriched, because if someone doesn't know, it's the testimony. If someone doesn't really talk to you so that the people can understand your music, I mean, think about this. I'm a sidetrack a minute. Okay. CJ, what I like about your music is when you talk from the depth of your soul, you're given a buffet of imagination.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, people love the buffet because they're greedy. But if you're mindful, people love the buffet because it's flavorful. And there's so many different things that you can go get. So I can go to your music.
I gotta write that shit down. I got a sticky note right here. Hold on.
No doubt. He dropping jewels right now.
But I can go to your music at any time, like that table, and come away with something different depending on how my mood or my swing is. See, people call it vibe, but we called it swing back in the day because vibe only keeps you moving, but swing gives you direction. Gang. So Street, what I like about your music is you remind me of the professor that tells the story for somebody to come to their own conclusion. Mm-hmm. See, the thing about hip hop is you can have somebody rap. The greatest orators tell stories. Streets on the run, Coogee rap. But the even more instrumental MCs are the ones that talk to you about life and you come to your own conclusion. KRS-113 and good.
No doubt.
No, you see what I'm saying? So when I listen to the remedy, when I listen to the shine, listen to the testimony, I'm getting not only the buffet, but I'm getting a wealth of knowledge and a dearth of knowledge in that sauce and that meal I keep taking in. Tell me about the testimony and what are you testifying to for others to relate to?
Oh man, it's just a testament to the soul. Really just a testament to feeling good, man. They, like you said, nowadays they call it the vibe, so, it's just trying to catch your vibe and, just ride that wave and, get with my player partner and, create this magic.
I think for me, because once again, that's the testimony is a Kids a Beat, and it's a track that just have the kids out in Serbia. But that's also a track that came from the mind, the street to Villan. And personally, to me, that's my favorite beat on the whole EP, personally. When he sent that to me, what I heard was, and I could be wrong, but I heard just going from rags to riches. I heard him telling a story, and it wasn't a story like A B C D, kind of how we did on the song, the story, telling the story, but like he had it was a story in there, and that's what I heard. I heard a story of triumph. I heard a story of him telling his his truths, and so I had to tell the story of my truth. Plus the sample in the beat, the sampling that beat on that song Testimony. That's why I came in the song the way I did. Mr. Good Trouble, rest in peace in John Lewis. That's why I came into that like that. And so
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I tell people Heritage Hip Hop, don't come on my show and be forcefully humble. It's good to be humble, but own up to what you did. That's great, because a lot of people.
I'm gonna give this man his flowers. Hey, I'm gonna give this man his flowers. If Street, hey, listen, Street hit his thing on this one. Like he really did.
Nah, man, I was always taught to be humble anyway, man. Even when they say you great, because I don't never want to think I'm above hip hop or none of that, because hip hop is what's making me great, is being able to, like these days I say, I when I wake up every morning, I tell God, thank you. You feel me? And the bars that come from me now, I just say come from God using me to, to not to say like, I'm a religious, I'm not religious or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I say thank you every day when I wake up, because that's the right thing to do for me. You feel me? But just be humble though. You know what I'm saying? Be humble, because being too out and too being too much sometimes it get you in a little trouble.
Beating your chest. Beating your chest.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta pull that back and just be cool. People, I get to a lot of more people just being cool than if I was like, yo, what's good, son?
Well, remember what I said. Remember what I said. I said forcibly humble. That's called righteous humility.
Right.
So
and that's why I'm gonna tell you how dope you are, though.
All right. Well, see, and that's what's up.
So that's for other people to do, though. You know, I appreciate the flowers and take them. You know what I mean? I definitely put in a lot of work as an MC. To get to this level of MCing. So you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the flowers. You know what I mean? That's what we do it for. You know what I mean?
So then let me ask you a very instrumental part of hip hop that I want you both to talk about, because this is how we relate. The most powerful instrument in hip hop is pain. Because if it came from people who had not and made a mainstream culture, that tells you that pain resonates with everybody. What's the most painful verse you wrote on this project, and how did you grow from it?
Most painful. I don't know. I
don't have a painful one.
There wasn't really like one of them joints on here. This was like, we was trying to kind of embody that summer feeling and, really give them something this summer to, go out and, have a chance to, how people don't revisit albums anymore, the album comes out and it's out and then it's done. You know what? I don't rock like that. I want to give people something that's timeless, man.
If I had to pick one that was the most painful, I would take the SOC, State of Emergency. If that's going to be anyone, I would take probably, because that's the track where I said, I said I heard the gunshots when Jordan Edwards was dying, and what a lot of people don't know was Jordan Edwards. I don't know if y'all know in New York. He was killed by that. He was a 15-year-old boy that was killed by the cop, Roy Oliver, who ended up only getting, I think, a year in prison. But he shot and killed him. They were leaving the party. He shot into a car full of 4 kids, and Jordan Edwards was the one that got hit in the passenger side. Shot him in the head back of the head came out the front, closed casket because exit wound coming out the front is gonna be bigger than Anyway, 15-year-old kid, bright young boy. It's a car full of black kids. The cop decided to shoot into a car full of kids. That was literally right down the street from my house. So talking about that, talking about race stuff. As an independent artist, I still got a 9 to 5. So I go to work every day. Well, not every day, but I go to work. I mean, stuff like that. So Botham Jean, where he got killed was literally like this to my job. If you look at some of the pictures and where the apartments he was in, I'm in some of the pictures. I'm outside like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So I'm dealing, this is here in this city in Dallas, Texas. We done protesting, we done all that stuff. When they were shooting the cops and stuff in Dallas downtown. I mean, that's here. That's my home. So that one might be the most painful to me. But even with that, I mean, it's not. I mean, I've written a lot. I've written a lot more painful verses in my life. But that on this project, that was probably the most near and dear to my heart, being a black man and just understanding that we're talking about what's going on here. I was talking during the song. The SOC stands for State of Emergency. State of Emergency, was literally a idea that I had from my state in Texas and his state in New York, and we both have our histories of different type of things. His state was more of dealing with the police and dealing with a lot of brutality from his state. It was a lot.
Yeah, because we did protesting in the same out here as well.
Right. And so it's just one of those things. So if I had to choose any verse that might be the most painful, it'd be that one. Just like I said before, it was like I was talking about Jordan Edwards, who, like I said, lived right down the street from me. And just knowing that I heard something, but I didn't know what it was at that time. It was late at night. And I was like, because I'm not in the burbs now. Like, I'm from the hood, but I'm in the burbs now. So I heard something. I was like, the hell is that? It's like a gunshot. But it was kind of in the distance. Like, nah, that can't be. And then the next day I was like, I think that's what that was. You know what I mean? And so for me, that's that.
See, and that's the thing about CJ, is like he can see something like that and bring that into his rhyme. You know what I'm saying? And when he does that, like even though he's younger than me, he might say something like that, and I might not quite understand who it is or what the situation was. So, I ask him to enlighten me. You know what I'm saying? And that's like the young teaching the old something, so don't that kills that whole, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, because he's telling me something that I've never known.
First of all, you're not old. You're only 41. You're not old, bro.
Yeah, but in these Nikes, these Nikes done walked a long way, God.
I bet.
Hey, everybody. With that being said, unfortunately, we're coming to the end of the conversation, end of the interview. Gentlemen, I wish I could talk to y'all for 2 more hours, because y'all gave hip hop something that hip hop requires, and that's authenticity. So dedicated to excellence for me. When I first heard it, I was blown away, because while people look for beats or rhymes only, I listen to the spirit of the music, and the spirit that you gave in the music was very enriching. So when I listen to the Everybody Hates Chris song, CJ's album, or I listen or I listen to even Treat the Villains past music, I go, okay, I see where they came from, but when they came together, I seen how the movement uplifted. So salute to both of you for it. So please give everybody your social medias and let's talk about it.
Go ahead, see.
Mine's easy, bro. Mine's easy. With me, man, listen, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. I am CJ Watson. That's all you got to type in. I am CJ Watson. All one word, no spaces, no periods, nothing. You can go to imcjwatson.com. It's all there, man. That's it. That's it for me. That's it. Social media goes.
Man, for me, Facebook is at the Villan 315, Instagram at the Villan 315, and on Twitter is at Street the Villan. Any other music platform is just Street the Villan. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I appreciate you having us, King.
I appreciate you too having us, man. Salute.
Thank you. Thank
Shout
you.
out to MJ. Shout out to RED Entertainment, Jay Waiters, man. Everybody.
Word.
Ready
Shout out to the
James,
group.
the whole camp.
Shout out to my guy, File Slurs, Grand Raw, Kizza, Poetic Killer. My guy, CJ Watson.
Oh yeah. Shout out, shout out to the guy, the big homie, man. You know what I'm saying? Street the Villan. Hey, Street, I need that hat, man. That hoe is dope.
Yeah, hey man, I had this made, man. It's a custom joint, man.
I'm not a hat guy, bro, but
I try to have that villain gear popping, you know.
Bro, hey, you got the 4X in that shirt.
I got you.
All right, we'll talk. We'll hit you up. I'll order one.
All right.
You know what's funny? Y'all talking like the interview's over, but it's not. So for everybody out there watching, Dedicated to Excellence is out right now. You can see the poster behind Street the Villan if you're watching on YouTube. But Heritage Hip Hop does not believe in streaming, because when you stream your music, what you're doing is renting your music. And we lived through Donald Trump, and we lived through a whole bunch of stuff. Their grids going down, internet may go down. And one day, if they have a song that you really like or you love and you're renting it, if the internet went down, you would not have it. So I ask you, please purchase the music to not only sow into the artist, to ensure yourself new music, because when you sow into the artist, not only do we keep our culture alive, but we keep the music that we have. Because guess what? Illmatic ain't on its title no more, or the original. You got the remix one. But you know what that original one is. So if you really have title and you want to hear, it ain't hard to tell. Guess what? You can't. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you have what you need to support the artist, and that's good music. Gentlemen, do you agree?
Yes, sir. Completely.
100%. 100%.
I'm gonna ask y'all off-topic question real quick. How did y'all like the interview, man? Do y'all recommend Heritage Hip Hop to anybody else? What's going on?
I definitely do, man. You know, everything's organic. Ain't nothing, you know, ain't nobody fake breaking, man. Everything is real. That's how I like it, man.
Man, I hate it. I would never do it again. Nah. Bro, real talk. I love it. I love it so much, man. I think this is something that's good. I think it's something that's great. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, you ask questions that I have never been asked before. And so I know a street that can I guess confirm what I'm saying. You get hate asking the same question. Who's your favorite top 10? Who do you think? Right. What you get tired of questions. When did you start rapping? Where are you from?
Like, we already did that interview 5 times.
I did that interview 3 times today. Like, bro.
Right. I like it. I like it also too, man, when the interviewer has really went into the music and
he did his research.
Exactly.
He did his research.
Exactly.
Well, those questions y'all get.
Thanks for the save, Roadstar.
I ask those questions at the end, because those questions are called the rapid fire questions. Gentlemen, the rapid fire questions are not yes, no questions. These are questions that show the depth of you and your understanding of the hip hop culture to connect to the audience and everybody watching us today. Y'all ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Every question, CJ first, Street, you come next. All right, you ready?
Okay.
First question: what album or song from another artist's discography perfectly describes you?
The Low End Theory.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yikes. Okay, that's great. Next question: what is the perfect beat? Meaning, if the person never came out with that song, it would have been your first single.
Biggie Juicy.
I'm Supposed to Die Tonight, 50 Cent.
Ooh,
Jesus. Okay. Let's go. Let's swing it. Y'all are collaborative artists. So y'all are solo artists that work together. So I have a 4-banger for you. Here's the first one. What's the best collaboration in hip hop history outside of your project?
I'm still gonna say the Minstrel Show by Little Brother.
Where was the collaboration?
Where was it? I'm assuming they recorded in Ninth Wonder Studio. I don't know where they recorded that album.
They were a group. So when I say collaboration, I mean different entities coming together for one.
Okay. Damn. Woo. Come back to me on that pass. I don't know, man. It's so many.
Tapping out. He's tapping out, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm tapping out.
Street, who you got?
Oh, I was just waiting to see if CJ was. Oh, he tapped out.
I tapped out, man. I couldn't think of.
Oh man, I'm gonna say Gangstar.
What song? What's the collaboration?
Gangstar's a group, right?
Right. So that's not a collabo. That's a group.
Oh, okay. A best collaboration.
Wait, so you said number one song? You said
that would be.
I just asked you what's the best collaboration in hip hop ever to you. That's all.
Oh, to me would be.
Okay. I got you.
When Nas appeared on Raekwon's album.
Verbal Intercourse. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. International players anthem. UGK Outkast. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. So then that's the best guest 16 of all time to you as well.
Pimp C. Oh, definitely. But really, hey, people sleep on Big Boy's verse. Big Boy said some life facts in that song, and people talk about
Outkast, my dudes in general.
Y'all like Outkast like that?
Them was my boy since Players Ball.
Oh, okay. But now I'm gonna say best collab song of all time. That UGK Outkast International Players Anthem. I'm sorry.
Y'all looking
the video went hard. Everything went hard. That was so southern. It was dope.
Y'all looking forward to the 25th anniversary of ATLians with all the instrumentals from the album on it. Y'all want that?
Absolutely.
Oh, definitely.
Yes, that's gonna be. All right, so now let's flip it because y'all hip hop heads, y'all said. So let's get real hip hop. What's the best remix of all time?
Touch it.
Touch it.
I'm gonna go with Touch It. Because of Papoose. Because of Papoose.
I'm gonna say Annie Up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's not bad. I think we should get about like 3 or 4 more questions out, and then we're gonna keep it moving. How y'all feel about these questions? We doing good so far?
Oh, I love it.
I like it, man. I love it. I feel like we on Drink Champs. Nori does a quick time with slime.
Yeah.
There we go. If radio killed, if television killed the radio star and video killed the radio, what's the next evolution of digital hip hop?
TikTok.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So then the dancers are going to take over hip hop in the future.
Triller also.
Yeah, I mean, because you gotta think of people. People have such a short time span, so it's not about like I was talking to Foul. I was talking to Foul about this the other day. There's going to be a point in time where the hip hop songs are going to be a 8-bar hook, a 12-bar verse, an 8-bar hook, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
already gotten to where it's 12, 8, 12.
Right. Yeah, bro, already.
Bro, let me tell you something. I did I asked this cat for a collab, right? It was a younger dude. And I say, yo, bro, I'm gonna need 16 bars for this. And he was like, whoa, wait, what do you mean 16 bars? He was like, I don't write 16 bars, man. I only do 12. And I'm like, huh? I'm like,
it's supposed to be rapid fire. It's supposed to be rapid fire. Hold on, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's crazy. It's supposed to be rapid fire. Right. I'm sorry.
Right. Keep it going.
No, I mean, but it's rapid because I want your brains to just jump into the topic.
Yeah, hip hop connoisseur.
Because check it.
Let's go.
So check this out. Here's a theory question. It was said that in the early 2000s, that hip hop would go underground because the machine would kill it. And now we're actually going through the slaughter of hip hop right now, because if the attention spans are getting shorter, that means that they destroy hip hop through us. And that's through drug use. And that's also through lack of education in our system. So my question to you is what's the most educational hip hop song that changed your life and made you a man?
DMX slipping.
I got two, but I'm gonna say they're both actually about women, which is crazy. Queen Latifah, UNITY, and Lauryn Hill's Everything Is Everything.
Okay.
Respect. What is the what is one message in hip hop you're waiting to hear that you have not heard yet?
Love yourself. Love yourself.
Self-love.
I don't hear that. You talk about what you got. You talk about what you got, the drugs you do, the bitches you fuck, the money you get. You talk about the haters. Nobody talk about loving themselves. Nobody talking about being good to themselves. Honestly, I would love to hear a good song. The closest we had to was Jesus Walks and J. Cole's Love Yours. Those are the closest songs we had to that. But loving yourself and just appreciating you as an individual.
That
ain't popular?
You don't think Snoop got a song like that?
What are you talking about?
Snoop Dogg.
What, Beautiful?
Yeah, like Snoop, you could tell Snoop like loves himself, man.
But what I'm saying
like
is
he
actually,
has to have a song like that.
But beautiful. Okay,
yeah.
If you think about beautiful, you think about beautiful. That's kind of a love song, really, right?
True.
So what I mean is it's kind of like TLC's. What was that song called? What was that song? Was it called Beautiful? I don't remember the TLC song was called, but
Pretty.
Thank you. Something like that in the hip hop wise. Just talking about just loving yourself through all the flaws and faults and stuff like that. I did a song called Fat, Black, and Ugly. I did something like that.
I know, and I love that song. You even got that's the video, right?
Yeah, I got a video to that.
Yeah. Please check that if y'all get a chance. That is super, super dope.
And if y'all ladies like big niggas, y'all gonna love that.
That is super, super dope. But I got a song, man. Where I say, where I'm talking about, all her pictures are filtered. She ashamed. Every selfie take, you see the pain. It's just like it's really about it's about loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me particularly loving myself, but it is about loving yourself.
Okay. Well, we saying the same thing. We're just saying it differently. I mean, I think
we trying to articulate.
We're really at the same point.
It's what we do.
The question was what we want to see more. I think like I said, I would love to see more love. That's just it. If it's self-love, then I would love to see more love.
Right. Not self-idolism.
Right.
Self-love.
Facts.
Right.
So we got two more questions, and then we're gonna head out. Everybody that's watching,
wrap it right.
So here's one question that I think this is one of the most introspective questions that I have to ask you. What is a classic, and what separates it from a cult classic in hip hop?
Are you asking for like a classic album or a classic song?
I guess you pick it up the way you feel it.
Okay. Well, I think a classic is something that ages well. It has to. That's the only way it can be a classic. If it does not age well, it can't be a classic. So you have I think one of, I'm not saying it is, but one of the most perfect albums ever put together was The Miseducation by Lauryn Hill. But you can play that when it came out in 97 and it's relevant. And you can play that now in 2021 and it's still relevant. That's a classic. I think a cult classic is like something that was good then. It can still kind of be good now, but it's something that it at the beginning it wasn't loved, and then it aged well more over time. Kind of like the cult classic that Black people will understand. It's kind of like the movie Friday. when Friday first came out in '95, Friday is a cult classic. When it came out in '95, it wasn't perceived well. It was not. And then as people started watching it more and more, it started becoming a thing. It had that word of mouth.
Well, it was
had a
almost
word of mouth type of thing.
Yeah, it was almost low budget then when it first came out.
It wasn't almost. It was low budget,
right? Because it didn't have. I watched the interview about it. He didn't have much money to give anybody. You know, and this was all on a hope that it would blow.
Right. So to me, when you look at a cult classic compared to like you, I mean Adele, she has classics. Beyonce has classics. Jay-Z has classics. Michael Jackson, I mean, definitely has classics. When I say a cult classic, man, it's something that's just like it's just love because it's something for us. Like when you come to Texas, you got cult classics because it's in Texas. You got the Zero, especially Zero. You got the Zero, Trader Truth, stuff like that. That's us. So those would be cult classics that obviously you got
more home base. You said
right. You got the Pimp C's. You got the DJ Screws and stuff like that. So it's something that is built and it's appreciated later. That's what I consider a cult classic. It's appreciated later, and it's not necessarily appreciated at the time. Like everybody know, probably one of the biggest movies of all time is Titanic, right? It's the classic. That's the thing all the time. So that's a classic. When you go look at a movie like Friday, that's played all the time, especially with our culture. And then it took probably till 2000 or 2002 where the white people fully got on it, but we already knew about it. That's not considered to be like a cult classic,
right? Because it was already a classic in the hood. It just didn't reach the commercial.
So when it comes to music, I would say that when it comes to classics in the hip hop game, I would say The Miseducation is a classic. Illmatic is a classic. Blueprint, classic. Those are classics. When it comes to, and there's so many more I'm forgetting right now. But when it comes to cult classics, man, I'm gonna say Dedicated to Excellence is one. I'm gonna say anything that Zero has done is another one, just from my experience. Anything that's come out from Corrupt, to be honest, out on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. Those are cult classics to me. I mean, honestly. I know I took a lot of time.
Hey, it's all good because at the end of the day, everybody.
You good.
At the end of the day, everybody, they're all classics, no matter how you perceive them. Bonafide or cult, they're classics.
Right. Either way you go.
My bad. You got the next question, Street. I ain't gonna say
that. We got to the last question, and the last question I need both of you to answer. So for everybody watching, once again, make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment on YouTube, follow, share, subscribe, comment, leave a review on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Anchor.fm. Make sure you follow us, Heritage Hip Hop, on everything, everywhere. And gentlemen, if you ever have another project to come out, you have an open door policy. You are welcome to come back. You do not have to be top 100 to be on Heritage Hip Hop. And because I enjoy your music as much as I do, I'll be honored to have you back. Okay.
Salute. We appreciate it. I appreciate it.
No doubt.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
When I come to Texas, CJ, I need to chill with you. And Street, you right. I'm in Jersey, so you already know. Chill with you.
That's a hop to the skip. Actually, my brother Files got people out in Jersey, so he frequents Jersey.
Let's make it happen.
So I don't say that. A tunnel away.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that just to be the internet. No, I mean that. I love hip hop to the point where I want to visit hip hop everywhere and respect every land I go to. So I really meant that to both of you.
No doubt. Let's make it happen.
All right. So the final question of this interview is the most important question of the first interview. Gentlemen, it was a pleasure, but here's the question that means the most to me the first time I meet you. 500 years from now, in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame and the Hip Hop Museum, dedicated to excellence, CJ Watson, the Street, the Villan are going to be there. And 500 years from now, CJ, Street, somebody's going to walk up to your monolith and say, who was CJ and who was Street the Villan? They're going to push your red button and your hologram's going to pop out the wall and they're going to listen to your music. 500 years from now, you're going to be reintroduced to a new generation of people who love hip hop. So the most important question is, what is the legacy you left behind that made the world better because you made hip hop music?
Oh man,
I love that question.
I do too, man. It's one of them ones. Basically, man, you know, it was my imprint in this world was the music. You know, it was the thing that drove me other than my family. You know, it's really the only thing that I'm passionate about other than my family. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of what drives me to keep striving to be excellent, you know, and leave a legacy, you know, and I just don't want to be for now. You know what I'm saying? I want to be forever, for 500 years from now. You know what I'm saying? I hope that, you know, they got a stone somewhere in, you know, in the hip hop world that my face is on. You know what I'm saying? And that's the legacy I hope I left, and you know, I hope that my grandchildren have to look up to.
Mine would just be, I fought for this shit. That's it.
So remember that your legacy is not something that just happens. You have to work and fight for it, because at the end of the day, if you want to be remembered, give somebody something to remember. The Most High said in the Bible that the truly wicked and lazy servant is the one that did not use his talent the way he gave it to him, because you use your talents not only to flip your talent into more, but to give back to the Most High through the influence and the experience that you give to others through your walk in your life. So make sure you're moral and you're true, and make sure you live your hip hop, not just do your hip hop. Once again, this is Correll with CJ Watson and Street the Villain, and we say peace, and we out. Thank you for watching our presentation. We ask that you subscribe to our YouTube family and hit the notification bell for updates. Please like, comment, and share this video.
Real hip hop. Real